Most men are loud. They talk too much, complain too often, and act like the world owes them something. But here's the cold, hard truth. Your words are meaningless if your actions don't back them up. You talk about change, about being better, but where's the proof? Where's the progress? You talk about success, but your daily habits don't align with it. You sit back, hoping life will hand you something, but it never will. Your words mean nothing unless you can back them up with results. If you're stuck in this cycle of empty talk and no action, you're failing yourself. And here's the reality. Life doesn't care about your excuses. Life will run you over if you don't take control. Silence is a weapon. If you don't learn how to wield it, you'll be swallowed whole by the chaos around you. Here's the thing you need to understand. Stop with the excuses. Stop pretending like the world is waiting on you, because it's not. The world is cruel. It doesn't care about your problems, your hardships, or your insecurities. It's indifferent. If you want to change your life, if you want to get the respect you deserve, you've got to stop whining. You've got to stop talking about it. You've got to stop waiting for someone to throw you a bone. The world will not do that. It doesn't owe you anything. You have to take it. You have to take action, even if it means stepping out of your comfort zone and learning how to be silent in the process. Silence isn't weakness. It's power. And it's time you realize that. You're living in a world that's full of noise. People talking, distractions, social media, opinions, and all sorts of bullshit filling your head. And in the midst of all that noise, you're losing control. You're letting everyone else's words dictate how you feel about yourself. But real power comes when you learn to control the noise. When you learn that silence is your greatest tool. That's when you can truly see the path ahead. It's not about being the loudest guy in a room. It's about being the one who can make the right decision when it matters. Silence gives you space to think, to observe, and to act when the time is right. Most men will never understand this, and that's why they stay stuck. They're too busy reacting to everything, too caught up in the constant noise of life. But you're different. You're about to learn how to use silence to your advantage. You're about to realize that when you stop speaking, when you stop reacting, you can make decisions that actually move you forward. You can build mental clarity. You can stay calm when others are losing their heads. And most importantly, you can start taking control of your life in ways you've never imagined before. So, if you're still here, if you're ready to leave the world of noise behind and take action, then welcome to the channel. This is where men go to level up, get real, and reclaim their power. If you're tired of being stuck, tired of hearing yourself talk about change without doing anything about it, then this is your wake-up call. This is where you start taking real steps towards the man you want to be. If you're serious about changing your life, then hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get to work. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you just stopped talking? When was the last time you truly embraced silence? Not as a sign of weakness, but as a tool to sharpen your mind, your body, and your spirit. We live in a world where noise is constant. Everyone wants to be heard. They want to shout. They want attention. They want validation. But here's the problem. Most men today have lost the ability to be silent. And that's exactly why they're weak. You've been conditioned to believe that the louder you are, the more respect you deserve. But in reality, silence is where power lies. Silence is what lets you think, observe, and make decisions without the chaos of the world pulling at you from every angle. Silence is your weapon, if you know how to use it. The world doesn't teach you how to use silence. In fact, it does everything it can to drown you in noise. The endless distractions, the pressure to react to every comment, every tweet, every headline. It's designed to keep you from thinking for yourself. And most men, trapped in that noise, lose their sense of direction. They're ruled by what they see on social media, by the latest viral video, by what other people think about them. They're caught up in a world that thrives on chaos. But let me tell you something. If you're reacting to everything, you're not leading your life. You're letting life lead you. Here's where it gets real. Every day, you're bombarded with distractions. Your phone, your social media, your friends, your family. All of these things demand your attention, your thoughts, your energy. And you give it to them. You let the noise decide how you feel, how you act, and who you become. And the result? You're not in control. You're not living with purpose. You're simply drifting, reacting to whatever comes your way because the noise is too loud to ignore. You may think you're being active, but in reality, you're being reactive. You're constantly chasing the next thing, the next validation, and you're not taking time to truly reflect, to think critically, to plan. You're just surviving. This is exactly why most men today are lost. They don't know how to shut out the noise and focus on what truly matters. They don't know how to sit in silence, to take a step back, and to observe. They don't know how to reclaim control over their own thoughts. And in that loss of control, they lose their identity. They lose their direction. They lose their masculinity. The truth is, silence isn't weakness. It's the key to mental clarity, to making better decisions, and ultimately, to winning in life. So why does this topic matter? Because you, as a man, are constantly being bombarded by the noise of the world. The media, the opinions of others, the endless cycle of nonsense. It's all designed to keep you distracted. But if you want to take control of your life, if you want to build something of value, if you want to step into the power that's rightfully yours, you need to learn how to master silence. You need to create the space to think for yourself, to make decisions that align with your goals, and to tune out all the distractions that are preventing you from growing. You can't keep living like this, reacting to everything around you. You need to start living deliberately with intention, and that starts with silence. This video is about reclaiming that power. It's about understanding that silence isn't something you should fear. It's a tool, a strategy, a weapon. If you can learn to embrace silence, you'll unlock a new level of clarity and control. The noise of the world won't pull you in anymore. You'll be able to observe with a clear mind, make decisions based on logic and strategy, not emotion. Silence will give you the strength to lead your life, not follow it. It will give you the ability to focus on what really matters, to prioritize your goals, and to push aside the distractions that have been keeping you stagnant. Now, understand this. This isn't just about shutting your mouth. This isn't some gimmick about being the strong, silent type. It's about using silence to fuel your action. It's about making your decisions from a place of power, not weakness. Silence will teach you to respond with purpose instead of reacting out of impulse. It will teach you to act decisively, to be patient when others are rushing, and to stay grounded when everything around you is chaotic. This video is here to teach you how to silence the world, so you can finally hear your own voice, the one that's been drowned out by the noise. It's about reclaiming your masculinity, your strength, and your power. It's about learning to make better decisions, think more clearly, and ultimately dominate your life. It's time to stop letting the world dictate your every move. It's time to start leading with quiet power. You've got what it takes to make this transformation. The first step is right here. So, if you're ready to silence the chaos and reclaim your strength, then welcome to the channel. This is where men go to level up, think differently, and take their lives to the next level. If you're ready to stop letting the world control you, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and make sure to subscribe. Let's dive in, because the journey to mastering silence starts now. Let's get something straight. Most of you are weak. You talk a big game, but when it comes down to taking action, you fall short. You like to boast about your ambitions, about the changes you're going to make, about the success you're destined for. But I'm going to tell you something harsh right now. Talk is cheap. You think success is just going to fall in your lap because you've said the right words or read a few self-help books. No, it doesn't work that way. You can talk all day long, but if you don't back it up with action, you're nothing more than noise in the background. Words don't build legacies. Actions do. You waste time complaining, scrolling through social media, and making excuses. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'm too busy," you're just feeding the beast of procrastination. You tell yourself you'll get to it later, but the truth is, you're scared. You're terrified of failure, so you hide behind comfort and distractions. And yet, when you look in the mirror, you wonder why life isn't working out the way you planned. The reason is simple. You're stuck in your own excuses. You're paralyzed by your own comfort. And here's the kicker. Comfort doesn't breed greatness. Comfort breeds mediocrity. It breeds stagnation. You are soft because you've chosen to be. Discomfort is what shapes greatness. Pain, struggle, and sacrifice are what make men strong. You've been avoiding them. You've been running from them. And that's exactly why you're stuck. You think that comfort, ease, and convenience are your friends. They're not. They're your prison. They're the shackles that keep you from achieving anything meaningful. You think you're working hard by sitting in front of your computer or watching another motivational video, but it's all just noise. It's easy to talk about what you want, but the real work, the uncomfortable work, happens when no one's watching. When you step outside your comfort zone, when you wake up early and grind, when you keep pushing even when it's hard. That's where success is born. The real problem is that you're too comfortable with where you are right now. You think just because you've made it in small ways that you've arrived. But let me tell you something. You've barely scratched the surface. If you're still complaining, still making excuses, still waiting for the right moment, then you're not even in the game. You're sitting on the sidelines, watching as others take the lead. You want greatness? It's time to step off the sidelines and into the fight. It's time to put in the real work, the grind that makes you uncomfortable, the grind that pushes you to your limits. Comfort is your enemy. And if you want to change your life, you need to let go of it. You want to know why you're not where you want to be in life? It's because you're too busy reacting. You're constantly reacting to every little distraction, whether it's someone else's opinion, the latest drama on social media, or the news of the day. You're responding to everything but your own ambition. You think you're living, but in reality, you're just existing. You're just another person caught up in the noise of the world. If you're always reacting to what everyone else is doing, you'll never find your true path. You'll never get where you want to go because you're too busy trying to keep up with everyone else. Every time you let yourself be pulled into the chaos of other people's lives, you lose sight of your own. You lose your focus. You lose your purpose. And here's the hard truth. If you continue to let the noise control your thoughts and actions, you will never be the man you were meant to be. You will never be successful. You'll just be another voice shouting into the wind, blending in with the crowd, unnoticed and unremarkable. You're not meant to blend in. You're meant to stand out. But that requires silence. That requires you to step back, to observe, to think clearly without the constant distractions. Silence is the only way you'll ever find your true voice. Silence is the only way you'll hear your own thoughts, make your own decisions, and plan your own path. The noise of the world will always be there, but if you let it dominate you, if you let it dictate your every move, then you'll always be a pawn in someone else's game. It's time to stop living on autopilot. It's time to stop reacting to every little thing around you. You need to start thinking, acting, and living with purpose. That's where real power comes from. When you stop letting the world control you, and you start controlling yourself. You're not going to get anywhere by being passive. You're not going to get anywhere by sitting back and hoping things will fall into place. Life doesn't work like that. It never has, and it never will. If you want success, you need to fight for it. If you want to be respected, you need to earn it. And that starts with taking control of your actions, your thoughts, and your focus. It starts with silencing the noise so you can hear the sound of your own ambition. You need to stop being weak. You need to stop being reactive. You need to start taking control of your life. Let me make this crystal clear. Silence is not about shutting your mouth or retreating from the world. It's about regaining control of your mind. It's about cutting through the chaos and focusing on what matters. It's about being deliberate with your actions, not wasting your time chasing every distraction. Silence is about strength. It's about resilience. It's about creating the space you need to think, to act, and to grow. If you're not willing to silence the noise, to take control of your mind, and to step into discomfort, then you're going to remain exactly where you are right now. Weak, reactive, and unnoticed. And that's not where you want to be, is it? You want more. You want greatness. But to achieve it, you have to stop being weak. You have to stop wasting time and making excuses. You have to stop letting the noise control your life. The world is loud, but you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to let it drown you out. Silence is your weapon. Use it. Now that you've heard the hard truths, it's time to talk about what you can do about it. You're not going to get anywhere if you just sit there complaining, waiting for something to change. It's time to put the excuses aside and start taking real, measurable action. We're not here for fluff or surface-level advice. We're here to make you stronger, smarter, and more dangerous in every area of your life. These are the steps that will transform you if you're serious. So, pay attention because every single one of them matters. Step 1. Master your mind. Let's start with the foundation, the mind. It all begins here. Most of you are slaves to your thoughts. You let fear, doubt, insecurity, and distractions control your mental state. You wake up each day, but you're already defeated before you even start. Why? Because your mind is a battlefield and you're losing the war. You have to master it if you ever expect to take control of your life. You can't just hope your thoughts will magically line up with your goals. It doesn't work that way. You have to train your mind like you would train your body. The first thing you need to do is practice mental discipline. Whether it's mindfulness, meditation, or deep thinking, you need to carve out time every single day to focus on what's inside your head. No more distractions, no more noise. Just you and your thoughts. Start by sitting in silence for 10 to 15 minutes a day. Let the chaos of your mind settle and get to the root of what's really going on. What are you avoiding? What fears are you ignoring? Don't run from them. Face them head on. But that's not enough. You need a tool to organize your thoughts, to hold yourself accountable, to track your progress. That's where journaling comes in. Start writing daily. Write down what you've done right, what you failed at, how you'll improve. Reflect on your weaknesses and confront them. Get comfortable with being brutally honest with yourself. A man who doesn't look at his weaknesses is a man who will always stay weak. Own your mind, or it will own you. Control it, or it will control you. Period. Step 2. Stop complaining. Start doing. The next step is simple. Stop complaining. Stop talking about your situation, your problems, and your excuses. Nobody cares. The world doesn't owe you anything. Complaining is the habit of the weak. Men who complain about their circumstances are the same men who do nothing to change them. If you want to be different, if you want to be strong, then you have to start doing the work. Period. There's no magic pill. You have to do the hard work. No one is going to hand you success. Stop whining about how hard life is and start taking steps to fix it. Every time you complain, you give away your power. You're giving your energy to something negative. Instead, take that energy and channel it into action. Action is what changes your life, not talking about change. So, whatever it is that's been holding you back, start solving it now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, action speaks louder than words. It's time to stop talking and start doing. If you've been making excuses, stop. No more delays. No more "I'll start tomorrow." That's a lie. Tomorrow never comes. If you're serious about improving your life, you need to make a move today, right now. Take that first step. It doesn't matter if it's small. Just take it, and then take another one, and another. The only thing holding you back is your own hesitation. Eliminate it. Step 3. Embrace discomfort. This is where most men fail. They avoid discomfort at all costs. They take the easy route because it feels better in the moment. But the easy route is a trap. It's a road to mediocrity. You want to grow? You want to be strong? Then you have to embrace discomfort. You have to push yourself beyond the limits you've set for yourself. Only when you step outside your comfort zone will you grow. You will never develop real strength by staying comfortable. You'll only stay weak. Start with something small but difficult. Wake up earlier than usual. Not just a few minutes earlier, an hour earlier. Do it every day. You'll hate it at first. Your bed will feel too good to leave. But the first step to real growth is embracing that discomfort. It doesn't matter if it's hard. It doesn't matter if it feels impossible. You have to do it anyway. Start lifting heavier weights. Push yourself in the gym. Don't settle for the easy sets, the weights you know you can handle. You're not here to be average. You're here to be great. And greatness requires discomfort. It requires pushing past the point where your body screams at you to stop. That's where the growth happens. That's where the strength is built. The same goes for everything in your life. Start doing what's hard, not what's easy. The easy path is the path to mediocrity. Step 4. Eliminate distractions. If you're serious about leveling up, you have to eliminate the distractions. And I'm not just talking about the obvious ones: social media, Netflix, mindless scrolling. I'm talking about everything that doesn't serve your goals, everything that drains your energy and focus. If you're spending hours a day on things that don't move you closer to your goals, you're wasting your life, and you'll never get it back. Your time is your most valuable resource. If you're giving it away to things that don't matter, you're making a huge mistake. Set strict boundaries with your time. You should know exactly where your time is going and what it's accomplishing. If it doesn't serve you or help you grow, cut it out. Period. It's time to get serious about what matters and eliminate everything that's just noise. If your current habits are not helping you move forward, get rid of them. Cut out distractions. Social media? Delete the apps. Netflix? Cancel your subscription. Phone buzzing in your pocket? Turn it off. Every moment spent on distractions is a moment you'll never get back. Every time you give in to the urge to check your phone, to scroll through Instagram, you're giving away your power. Don't be a slave to your distractions. Be intentional with your time and watch how much more you can accomplish. It's time to take control. Step 5. Learn to listen more than you speak. Silence isn't just about cutting out the noise around you. It's about mastering the art of listening. The most powerful men are the ones who know when to speak and when to stay silent. You need to learn to listen more than you speak. When you're always talking, always filling the silence with your voice, you're not allowing yourself to hear the truth. You're not allowing yourself to hear the opportunities, the wisdom, and the guidance that's around you. Start listening to people more. Pay attention to what they're really saying, not just the words they're speaking, but the underlying meaning. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Learn to listen. The more you listen, the more you'll learn. The more you listen, the better you'll be at making decisions. Silence is your ally in this process. It allows you to hear what others aren't saying, to feel the subtleties in a conversation that most men miss. And then there's the most important person to listen to, yourself. Listen to your instincts. Silence allows you to hear your inner voice, the voice that will guide you toward what's right. Too many men ignore that voice, drowned out by the noise of the world. If you can master the ability to listen to both others and yourself, you will be unstoppable. The most powerful men are the ones who speak less, but when they do speak, they speak with purpose. Learn to use silence as a tool for strength, for clarity, and for control. Let's take everything we've talked about so far and turn it into real, concrete habits and mindsets. Words are just words until you make them your reality. The truth is, without action, without these habits, you'll fall right back into your old ways, right back into the noise. This section is about showing you the exact habits that will help you sharpen your mental and physical game and start living like a man who is in control. It's not just about talk. It's about the way you live your life every single day. It's about how you carry yourself, how you respond to challenges, and how you make things happen. These are the pillars that will transform you, but only if you make them a part of your life. Mental toughness. If there's one thing that defines a man, it's mental toughness. A real man doesn't crack under pressure. When things get tough, he stays calm. When everyone else is losing their minds, he's the one who remains composed. This is where silence plays a crucial role. Silence allows you to stay centered, to block out all the chaos around you. You can't be mentally tough if your mind is cluttered with distractions, if you're constantly reacting to the noise of the world. Mental toughness is about focus, about resilience in the face of adversity. And silence is the bedrock on which mental toughness is built. Think about the most successful, calm, and collected people you know. They're not overreacting to every situation. They're not jumping to conclusions or getting lost in every drama that comes their way. They know when to speak, and more importantly, they know when to stay silent. Silence allows you to make decisions with clarity, to assess situations without the rush of emotions clouding your judgment. This is why you need to build silence into your routine. It gives you the ability to think, to strategize, and to act from a place of calm control. When the world feels like it's falling apart, you won't be the one flailing around. Instead, you'll be the one with the focus, the clarity, and the mental toughness to take the right actions. You'll be the one who doesn't crumble when pressure hits. That's the power of silence. It gives you the inner strength to handle whatever life throws your way. Self-discipline. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without discipline, your potential is wasted. And without silence, discipline can't thrive. Discipline requires you to block out the distractions that pull you in a million different directions. It requires focus, routine, and consistency. That's why silence is so critical. When you learn to block out the noise, whether it's the opinions of others, the distractions of technology, or your own internal doubts, you free up space to focus on the things that truly matter. A disciplined man doesn't let the world dictate his actions. He's not swayed by the latest trends or the noise in the media. He stays focused on his own path. He doesn't spend his time talking about what he's going to do. He just does it. You need to build habits that push you forward. You need to wake up early, start exercising, work hard at your job, and build your life brick by brick. And none of this happens in the noise. It happens in silence. When you're constantly surrounded by distractions, you can't possibly build the habits that lead to success. Silence helps you shut out everything that doesn't matter, so you can focus on what does. Discipline isn't just about forcing yourself to do things. It's about creating an environment where you can focus, where your energy is spent on the things that will move you forward. If you're not creating that environment for yourself, you're doing it wrong. Silence is the tool that lets you create that space. Resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to face challenges without being overwhelmed by them. Life is full of obstacles. Whether it's a financial setback, a personal loss, or a failure in your career, every man will face adversity at some point. But it's how you respond that defines you. The men who succeed don't let life's challenges break them. They don't react impulsively or emotionally. Instead, they take a step back, they breathe, and they assess the situation with a clear head. This is where silence becomes crucial. Silence gives you the time and space to process. When life hits you hard, it's easy to react, to lash out, or to make rash decisions. But those decisions are often the wrong ones. Instead of reacting, take a moment of silence. Step back from the situation. Assess your options. Think clearly. The more you practice silence, the more you build emotional resilience. You stop letting your emotions control your actions. You control your emotions, and in doing so, you can handle anything that life throws at you. Resilience doesn't come from being immune to failure. It comes from being able to bounce back stronger, to learn from your mistakes, and to stay focused on your long-term vision. Silence is the space in which you learn from failure. It's where you find the strength to keep going when others would give up. You become resilient not by avoiding pain, but by embracing it and learning to grow from it. Financial responsibility. Silence isn't just a tool for mental and emotional strength. It's also a tool for financial strength. A man who thrives financially knows how to avoid the noise of instant gratification. He knows how to block out the distractions of consumerism, of trying to keep up with the latest trends, and of the pressure to impress others with his spending. Instead, he's disciplined, focused, and strategic. Think about how many men spend their time complaining about being broke, but then turn around and waste money on frivolous purchases. They talk about wanting to build wealth, but they don't take the steps necessary to make that happen. The truth is, money doesn't come to the man who spends his time talking about how broke he is. It comes to the man who is focused, strategic, and patient. Start thinking about your financial future. Start developing a money skill, whether it's learning how to invest, starting a side hustle, or mastering the art of saving and budgeting. Silence will help you block out the distractions that pull you into the consumer's trap. It will help you focus on what truly matters in your financial life, building wealth, securing your future, and taking control of your financial destiny. The most successful men in the world don't waste time complaining about money. They spend their time learning, investing, and growing. And they do it all with the quiet confidence that comes from knowing exactly where they're headed. If you want to build financial freedom, it starts with silence. Silence gives you the mental space to focus on your goals and to avoid the temptations that will only set you back. Physical fitness. Your body is a reflection of your mind. If you're weak physically, you'll be weak mentally. The discipline, focus, and resilience you build in the gym will translate into every other area of your life. And silence is your greatest ally in building physical strength. When you're lifting weights, when you're pushing your body to its limits, you don't need distractions. You don't need to be thinking about your phone, the noise in the gym, or what's happening on social media. You need to focus. You need to be in the moment. The silence of your gym session, the time you spend alone with your body, is where you build mental toughness and physical strength. Every rep, every set, every breath you take is a chance to get stronger. It's not just about building muscle. It's about building the kind of strength that will carry you through life's challenges. When your body is strong, your mind is strong. You become more resilient, more confident, and more focused. And none of this happens without silence. Start exercising daily. It doesn't have to be complicated. Lift weights, do push-ups, run, or just take long walks. Whatever it is, make it a daily habit. Make it something that you can't live without. The silence of your workout will help you connect with your body and mind in a way that nothing else can. It's where you build your foundation for strength, both physically and mentally. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life. If you neglect it, you're neglecting yourself. But if you take the time to build it, to nourish it, and to push it to its limits, you're building a foundation for success in every area of your life. The silence of your physical effort will make you stronger in ways you can't even imagine yet. The man who masters his body, mind, and finances is the man who will dominate life. And silence is the key that unlocks all of this. Don't wait. Start today. Master the habits that will make you unstoppable. We've covered the theory, the mindset, and the actions that will transform your life. Now it's time to get real. Enough with the fluff. You've seen it all. The motivational speeches, the Instagram posts, the quotes that sound good, but don't do a damn thing if you don't follow through. You're drowning in noise, but still stuck in the same place. Why? Because none of it matters unless you take action. None of it matters unless you shut up, stop waiting, and get to work. This world rewards results, not intentions. Talk is cheap. Motivation is fleeting. Inspiration only lasts as long as your attention span. The truth is simple. If you want to make a real change, you need to stop fantasizing about success and start executing. All the excuses, all the reasons you've been holding back, all the noise in your head, it's got to go. You need to cut through the distractions and stop fooling yourself into thinking that you can get away with doing nothing. Here's the hard truth. No one is coming to save you. The world isn't waiting on you to figure it out. You want results? Then you need to do what it takes every single day. No more procrastination, no more complaining, no more expecting things to magically fall into place. If you're serious about your success, you'll have to stop making excuses and start acting. Right now, your future depends on the decisions you make today. So, stop stalling and make the commitment. This isn't some motivational speech that feels good in the moment but fades away by tomorrow. This is about real change. Change that requires you to take ownership, to block out the noise, and to work relentlessly toward your goals. If you're still talking about your dreams, still talking about how you want to change, but not doing anything to make it happen, then you're just wasting your time. Time is the one thing you can never get back, and you're throwing it away. If you want to become the man you were meant to be, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to take risks. You have to make sacrifices. But more than anything, you have to act. Action is the only thing that separates the talkers from the doers. If you've been spinning your wheels, waiting for the perfect time or the perfect conditions, stop. There is no perfect time. There is only now. You don't need more information, more motivation, or more excuses. What you need is discipline, focus, and relentless action. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Even if it's small, even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable, you need to make the commitment to start today. No more procrastination. No more putting it off until tomorrow. The only thing standing between you and success is the action you're not taking right now. This is where it gets real. This is where the rubber meets the road. You've got everything you need, mentally, physically, and emotionally, to create the life you want, but only if you stop talking about it and actually do something. Every minute you waste, every second you hesitate, is a second you'll never get back. The world doesn't care about your potential. It cares about your results. So stop talking, start doing, and make those results happen. If you want to get stronger, build wealth, gain respect, and become the man you were meant to be, it starts now. You have the power to take control of your life, but only if you're willing to put in the work. No more waiting, no more excuses. It's time to shut up, get to work, and start making real progress. Here's the final message. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more talking. The time for change is now. Silence is your weapon. It's time to learn how to wield it. If you're serious about becoming the man who commands respect, the man who dominates life, the man who achieves greatness, you need to start today. Silence will help you focus, but only action will bring you success. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start dominating, now is the time. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made, how many times you failed, or how many setbacks you encountered. The only thing that matters is what you do right now. The future is yours for the taking, but you have to step up, silence the noise, and start doing the work that will move you forward. You won't get there by wishing, by hoping, or by talking about it. You'll get there by doing. I'm challenging you right now. Comment, "I'm all in," if you're ready to start today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the stars to align or for the right moment to come. Start right now. Your future starts with your first action. Every day you delay is a day you'll never get back. If you want to change your life, it starts with that first step. And finally, if you're serious about becoming the man you were meant to be, about silencing the noise and dominating your life, then subscribe to this channel. This is the place for men who aren't satisfied with mediocrity, who want to break through their limitations and become the best versions of themselves. This channel is for those who are ready to stop talking about it and start doing it. Let's get to work. Subscribe now, and let's take this journey together. The world won't wait for you, and neither should you.